Opening arguments in former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin's murder trial begin on Monday. Chauvin is charged in connection to the death of George Floyd. Floyd died last May after Chauvin allegedly kneeled on his neck and head for nearly 9 minutes. His death has since sparked massive protests calling for racial justice reform across the United States. For more on this, let's bring in Brandt Williams. He's a criminal justice and public safety correspondent for Minnesota Public Radio. Brandt, thanks for being here. So what can we expect to see in court on Monday?
So before we get anything happening in court, there's going to be activity outside the courtroom. There's going to be a press conference held by attorneys representing the Floyd family and members of the Floyd family as well. We're also going to see some protesters as well outside the courtroom, or outside the courthouse. Inside, we expect the opening statements to start. These are basically a chance for the defense and the prosecution to go through the facts of the case and try to convince jurors of what facts support their cases going forward. Of course, the prosecutors are going to come out with using the video, the bystander video. They're going to say that Derek Chauvin is the cause of George Floyd's death, and they're going to tell the jury that, look, the evidence is going to show that you should convict Derek Chauvin of second-degree murder, second-degree manslaughter, and third-degree murder. Now, the defense, of course, is a part of their opening statements pretty sure that they're going to try to poke a hole in that and say, no, George Floyd had drugs in his system. He had other medical conditions which are more likely to be the cause of his death than Derek Chauvin.
And Brandt, I mentioned in the introduction that there's unprecedented levels of security around this trial. Some members of the National Guard have already been activated just in case there's unrest during the trial. More are expected to be called in as the trial unfolds. What other security measures are being taken, and why so much security?
Well, the Hennepin County Government Center, which contains the courthouse and the courtroom where the trial is happening, is completely barricaded from the public. There are high fences. In some cases, there's razor wire and barricades. The National Guard troops are posted at around the government center. They are armed. I've been in the courtroom, and so I've had a chance to see the security checkpoint going in there. And I'll tell you that the rationale is the public officials here are very concerned about a repeat of unrest, which occurred last summer following George Floyd's killing. So that's their primary concern. And of course, members of the public and activists have been pushing back against that. They've said this is overkill, and it sends the wrong message to the public.
I want to talk a little bit, Brandt, about the video of Floyd's death. Do you know more about how that video will be used as evidence? Do you know when the jury may be seeing it?
Well, it's possible the jury will start seeing it tomorrow during openings. I would not be surprised, because that's basically the prosecution's key piece of evidence in this case. They're going to, and this will likely come in front of jurors many times during the trial. Now, you'll remember during the jury selection process, it was one of the main questions that the parties had for prospective jurors was if they had seen this video and how it would impact their ability to be fair jurors. And there were many people who felt like they could not be fair to Derek Chauvin after seeing that video. That was something they could not unsee. So, as you can imagine, prosecutors are going to lean heavily on that video throughout the trial.
It's interesting, the considerations that are going into that. May 25th is going to mark 1 year since George Floyd's death. It sparked, obviously, a national movement. And when we start to reflect on 1 year later and this trial now, what has Floyd's death meant for the national push for criminal justice reform?
Well, there's a couple different things that stand out. When we look at the George Floyd, his death, in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin and what its significance is. Now, Minneapolis has already just gone through, a couple of years back, there was a trial involving a former police officer who was convicted of killing shooting and killing an unarmed woman. Now, this police officer at the time is black. The woman who was killed is white. As you can imagine, that brought up a lot of questions and concerns that people had. While on one hand, activists were, on one hand, pleased to see that the justice system had brought a prosecution against a police officer for using deadly force against someone who was innocent. But on the other hand, people questioned if the roles had been reversed, if the racial identities of the parties were reversed, if the jury would have found differently. So issues of race and the history of police discrimination against African Americans in this country is the backdrop for this particular case. And Minneapolis as well. Minneapolis's recent and not so recent past is also a backdrop for this.
Part of the reason why the entire world will be tuning in. Brandt Williams, thank you.
You're welcome.